أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم. All right, so we are completing the recording. This is part B for lesson 1, level 2B, lesson 1, part B. We're going to go ahead and break down the rest of what we're seeing here. Alhamdulillah. So we start off with this verse from Surah Yusuf. For now, we're going to go ahead and skip Ya Abati. It's something that we call munada, and you won't see that until level 3, inshallah. Then we have Inni ra'aytu ahada ashara kawkaban. So Inni, we have Inna, so we need to have our ism Inna and our khabar Inna. The Ya here is our ism Inna. Inni, indeed I. Ra'aytu is then the jumla, the fa'il, it's a jumla fa'liya, that is our khabar Inna. Ahada ashara. So ahada here is going to be the maf'ul bihi for ra'aytu. What did they see? 11. Now, we talked about this before, and ahada ashara is what we call mabni. This word, this number specifically is mabni ala al-fath, but it's fi mahal nasab because it's a maf'ul bihi. And then kawkaban we also have not covered yet. We will cover this in level 3A. It's called tamyiz. It's one of the mansubat. It causes, it comes to clarify and distinguish what the number is. So 11 what? 11 stars. وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ. So these are following أحد عشرة. That's why they're nasab. They're also following عطف على المفعول به. They're عطف on the مفعول به. So both شمس and قمر. رأيتهم لي ساجدين. So we didn't mention this earlier, but رأيت is a fi'l madi that is form 1. And it's being conjugated for أنا. أنا رأيت. So that's the same thing that's happening here. Ra'aytu is fi'l madi, it's form 1, and it's for ana. This is Yusuf, he's the one that's speaking here. Okay. So he says ra'aytu. We have ra'a, which is our fi'l, right? Madi, we said ra'aytuhum. The hum is going to be our maf'ul bihi. And then li is a jar or majrur construct. We have li is our harfja, the ya is our ism majrur. Sajideen. Sajideen here is what we call hal. Okay. What does that mean? We'll cover this in level 3A, but it means it's talking about their states. When Yusuf sees them, what is their state? They're in a state of prostration. They're in a state of prostration. So that there's our verse. Okay, so this is Yusuf saying, "Oh, my father, indeed, I saw 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw all of them basically in a state of prostration to me." Kana abuhu Yaqubu nabiyan. So here we have a simple jumla with kana, the modified sentence, to modified nominal sentence. Our ism kana is abu, so it's ism kana. The waw is the sign for the rafa case here, right? We see the waw here. It's also an idafa because abuhu was possessive. Indeed, his father Yaqub. So Yaqub here is what we call badal, but as we know right now, we're just saying this is a sifa, and mawsuf, and nabiyan is our khabar kana. It's in the nasib case. So his father Yaqub was a prophet. فرح يعقوب بهذه الرؤيا كثيرا. So Yaqub hears, right? Because Yusuf tells Yaqub about the dream, and Yaqub is delighted. Past tense verb. He is delighted, form 1. He's the fa'il. Yaqub is the fa'il. فرح يعقوب بهذه jar majrur construct. The ba is the ism harf jar. هذه is our ism majrur. And هذه also, when there's a word that comes after it that matches in gender and case, number, and definiteness, is what we call badal, right? So he was delighted by this dream. Kathiran, we've mentioned before that kathiran is what we call a maf'ul mutlaq. It's emphasizing the verb fariha. It's na'ib al-maf'ul mutlaq. So it's emphasizing the verb fariha, and that's why it has the fathatain here. وَقَالَ بَارَكَ اللَّهُ لَكَ يَا يُوسُفُ. So he says, form 1, verb, past tense, barakallahu. So he says, Yaqub, form 3. Baraka is a form 3 verb. He says, may Allah bless you, right? Allah is our doer here. Laka. So this is a situation where like a prayer is being presented in the past tense. Allah is a doer. Laka is a jar or majrur construct. And ya Yusufu again is what we call munada, so we won't touch on it. فَسَيَكُونُ لَكَ شَأْنٌ. Okay, so we have kana again, but this time kana is in the future tense, right? It's in the future. Why? Because of the scene. You see the scene in the beginning? So we have the scene with the present tense is going to create the future tense. سَيَكُونُ لَكَ شَأْنٌ. So we see شَأْنٌ has the dhammatain. That means that شَأْنٌ is our it's our ism kana, excuse me. And laka is going to be our khabar kana. It's a jar majrur shibh jumla. That is our khabar kana. Okay. هذه الرؤيا بشارة بعلم ونبوة. So what else does he say? He says هذه الرؤيا. So this is a jumla ismiya. We have our mubtada, which is هذه. رؤيا is badal for هذه. بشارة is our khabar. And بعلم ونبوة we have a jar majrur construct, and نبوة is atif on علم. Okay, atif. All right. So what does his father say? He says, well, he says God has blessed you. I guess you could actually read this literally, that God has blessed you. Or you could say, may God bless you. That's also possible. So he says that there is for you like a matter, like an affair. هذه الرؤيا, this dream is basically a vision. This vision is it's glad tidings of what? Of knowledge and prophethood. And it's assuming that would be for Yusuf. وَقَدْ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ. So وَقَدْ, we have qad with the past tense, which is form 4. This is a form 4 verb, past tense. And why is it form 4? It's on the pattern أفعل. Allah is our fa'il. And the qad with the past tense, we said, can mean two things. It can mean certainly, or it's just about to happen, right? Here, it would make more sense for it to be certainly. Like God certainly has bestowed favor upon who? Ala jaddika ishaq. So here we have jar majrur construct. Jaddika is the grandfather of yours. This is idafa. And ishaq is badal of jad. It's badal for jad because the jad is ishaq. And it's also in the jad case, but because ishaq is a foreign name, it's mamnu' min as-sarf, it takes a fatha in the jad case. وَقَدْ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ. So here we have the same thing. أَنْعَمَ is past tense, form 4. Allahu is our fa'il. Qad, as again, likely means certainly. Ala jaddika, same thing. So we're seeing the same structure in our sentence. Ala jaddika Ibrahima. Same thing, we have a badal. وَإِنَّهُ. So now we have inna. So we have ism inna na khabar inna. Innahu, ism inna is zaha. Yun'imu, still form 4, but now it's in the present tense. And this is our khabar inna. Indeed, he bestows, right? Indeed, he bestows or he will bestow. Wa yun'imu alayka, he will bestow upon you. Jar majrur construct. Wa yun'imu, this is atif on this sentence, right? Wa yun'imu, and he bestows upon, form 4, present tense. If we can make this a little bit more. Present tense. وَيُنْعِمُ عَلَى آلِ يَعْقُوبَ. So this is saying, and he also bestows upon, jar majrur construct, the family of Yaqub. And we have Ali Yaquba is an idafa, but Yaqub is a foreign name. That's why in the jar case, it takes a fatha. وَكَانَ يَعْقُوبُ شَيْخًا كَبِيرًا. So here we have a jumla with kana. We have an ism kana and a khabar kana. Yaqubu is our ism kana. It's in the rafa' case. Shaykhan is our khabar kana. It's in the nasab case. Kabiran is a sifa for shaykh. So Kabiran is a sifa for shaykh. So it's saying, and Yaqub was an elder, like an older man. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ طَبَائِعَ النَّاسِ. Okay, so here we have another jumla with kana. This time, our ism kana is embedded in the conjugation of kana. So our ism kana is huwa. Huwa ya'rifu. Ya'rifu is our khabar kana. It's a jumla fi'liya. طبائع الناس. So طبائع is our maf'ul bihi for ya'rifu. What did he know? The natures of people. So he knew how people were. This is the nidafa. Yeah, okay. Nature, dispositions can also work. But kana ya'rifu, so once again, here we have our huwa is, the ism kana is embedded in kana. يعرف, the jumla فعلية is our khabar kana. يعرف كيف يغلب الشيطان. So here, كيف, he knew how. The كيف here can actually be our مفعول به because he knew how. It's going to be مبني على الفتح because كيف always has that فتح. يغلب, كيف يغلب, يغلب the فعل مضارع. It's form 1. شيطان is our fa'il. He knew how shaitan, right? He knew how shaitan would like overpower, how shaitan like overpowers. And also how, so this is atif, right? This whole thing is atif of the previous kaifa. So it's like a maf'ul bihi again. وكيف يلعب, يلعب is also a fi'l mudari, form 1. Shaitan is our fa'al again. So he knew how shaitan plays. كيف الشيطان يلعب بالإنسان, with man. جار ومجرور construct. B is our اسم حرف جر. الإنسان is our اسم مجرور. فقال. So what did Yaqub say? فقال is فعل ماضي, form 1. يا ولدي. So once again, يا ولدي is what we call munada. لا تخبر بهذه الرؤيا أحدا. So he says, don't like inform or don't share this dream with anyone. We have لا تخبر, we see that we have a fi'l مضارع and it's majzoom. We see the sukoon here. That's a sign for the jazm case. And then we see the lam. We're like, oh, this is a prohibition. And so he's saying, don't inform. بهذه الرؤيا, this is a jar majrur contract with a badal. So بهذه is going to be jar majrur. الرؤيا is badal. Right, there we go. أحدان is our maf'ul bihi. أحدان, okay, there's actually more to the sentence, right? Min ikhwatika, from among your brothers. This is the jar majrur again. And jar majrur with an adafa. Ikhwatika are the brothers of yours. So it will be an adafa. فإنهم, okay, now we have inna, the fa is atif, right? So, or then, فإنهم, yeah, فإنهم, so indeed, we have our ism inna is hum. يحسدون as our فعل is a فعل. جملة فعلية, that's our khabar inna. The fa'il for our jumla fi'aliyah is this wow because it's being conjugated for hum. And the kaf is our maf'ul bihi. Yahsuduna is also mudari, as we mentioned, and it's a form 1 verb. So yahsudunaka wa yakununa. So now we have wa yakununa. This is atif on yahsuduna. The sentence is atif, but it's a sentence with kana. So our ism kana is the wow in yakununa. Laka aduwan. Aduwan is going to be our khabar kana. And laka is our jar majrur construct that has, it's like attached to aduwan. And they will be for you an enemy, right? They'll basically be an enemy to you. All right, alhamdulillah. That is the rest of the grammatical breakdown for the lesson 1 text analysis. Jazakallah khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.